Welcome back. This is Kaya Redford. I have a question for you. Who would you consider the most famous artist or sculptor of all time? You know, I asked this question to a few people and, most of the time they come up with one name. So who would you consider the most famous artist, sculptor of all time? Alive or, in the past? Who would you say? Did I hear Michael? Michelangelo? Yes. A lot of people say that. A lot of people agree with you. So do you know Michelangelo was asked one day, he was asked, how do you create these perfect statues, these perfect, sculptures? He created the statue of David, he created the statue of Moses, the Pieta, he painted the 16th chapel. He created so many pieces of art which, are remembered for hundreds, probably thousands of years as we continue to move into our future. And by the way, this is Michelangelo over here. And when he was asked that question, he said, I go to a quarry, a place where they have all these big blocks of marble. He says, when I get to a quarry and I see these big blocks of marble, there's a moment when I look at a block of marble. He says, there's a moment when I see, he says, God actually inspires this image, this sculpture, this perfect piece of art within that big block of marble. He says, then what I do is I haul that piece of marble back to my workplace. And then he says, my job is having this image of this perfect statue, this perfect sculpture within that piece of marble. My job, he said, is to chip away, and chip away at everything that's the excess marble. So leaving just the perfection inside. So what he would do is he would chisel, chip away at everything that was the excess marble, leaving nothing but the perfect statue itself. The perfect statue itself. You see, Michelangelo said, the perfect you is in you. The perfect you is in you. All he does is just remove the excess marble. And what could that mean for some of us? Some of us, excess marble could be fear. If you look at fear, F-E-A-R, false evidence appearing real. False evidence appearing real. A lot of people fear, what if this happens? What if that happens? What if this happens? Oh my gosh, we can go crazy thinking of all the possible variations of bad things. I mean, we could think about a hurricane coming. We could think about an earthquake coming. What would be the point? So sometimes fears are the excess marble, that we would chip away. Anything like, I'm not good enough, I'm not smart enough, I can't do it, or, any limiting beliefs that we may have about ourselves or limiting decisions are all part of that excess marble. He says the perfect you is in you. He said the perfect you is in you. The perfect you is in you. Now, why am I sharing this with you? Because for me, the definition of the perfect you is, I'm not speaking more from, spiritual sense. I'm speaking us as a creator, or you could call it a co-creator. Whatever your spiritual higher power belief is. I'm sure you agree that there's something amazing that created us, yes? No matter what belief you come from. And then also, I'm sure you also agree that we are co-creators because we also are creating our lives by virtue of the decisions we make, by virtues of our thoughts. Our thoughts become, and our words become, alive. They become actions. So he said the perfect you is in you. And what I mean is, the unstoppable you, the powerful you, the you that can be everything you came here to be, the you that can do everything that is within your capability of doing, the you that can have everything you truly deserve to have. That deep core essence of you that is amazing, that is a miracle. I mean, you're a miracle in and of itself, just being here. And what I want to share with you is ways for us to harness that true power, that true capability that you and I have and all of us have. Not only to improve and to make your life amazing, but your family life. Your family, your relatives, the people, your friends, the people that you love the most. And I know one thing, when you change, when I change, when we change, when all of us changes, the world changes. You have that much power. You, by changing, transforming your life, you create the ripple effect. That ripple effect that starts with you, that ripples out to everyone around you. And that ripple effect that elevates all these people and elevates the consciousness of the entire world. And it starts with you. And this also reminds me of my son, my oldest son. He's already 6'2", and I think he's growing. Probably by the time he's finished his growth spurt, he's probably going to be 6'5" or 6'6". So I look up to my son. It's an amazing thing to look up to your son, quite literally, right? My son came to me one day and he said, "Dad," he said, "I need some help." I said, "Sure, son. What's going on?" He says, "They have kind of like a contest at school." I said, "What is it?" He says, "It's a magazine drive." I said, "Okay. So tell me about it." He says, "I have to sell magazines. And Dad, I have an opportunity to win this amazing thing." And I said, "What is that?" He said, "It's an iMod scooter." I said, "Okay, I don't know what, okay, scooter, what? He says, "Dad, this is not no ordinary scooter. This thing it's electric. It plugs in the wall, it gets electrically recharged, and it can go up to 35 miles an hour. And I was like, "Whoa, wait a minute here, I don't know." He was 11 years old at the time. And I said, "Okay," so we kind of made a deal, I said, "When you win this thing." He says, "Well, Dad, if." I said, "No, when. When. If you want to win it, it's when, it's not if." I said, "You're only going to drive around the house and only in this area," and so forth. And we settled that. So I said to him, I said, "If you follow the 10 steps to success, N.L.P sales and leadership mastery, you can win the iMod scooter." I said, if you follow the 10 steps, and the 10 steps is a way to learn how to effectively communicate. It's to learn how to sell the value that you bring to the marketplace and to the world. It's how to inspire people to say yes to you. Would you like to inspire people even more to say yes to you on a daily basis? Would you like to also turn no's into yeses? Not because you're trying to sell something to someone that they don't want to have, that they don't want to have it necessarily, but more because you want to inspire them to receive and benefit from the things that they truly do want to have, desire, and need. So I'm going to be sharing with you during the course of this program the 10 steps. And why he was so excited about this iMod scooter was because it had so many gadgets. Let me tell you, it had a place where he could attach his phone and his iPhone and play music, had a boom box on it, and he was so excited. And when I asked him, I said, "Okay, well, when is the date?" He says, 3 weeks from now. I said, 3 weeks? Okay. And how many do you have to sell? He said, "Well, it's 125 magazine subscriptions." I said, 125 magazine subscriptions, and how much are they? He says, "They're like, $30, $40. I said, "Oh, okay. Okay. Well, let's do it." He said, "Dad, it's not that easy." I said, "Well, why not?" He says, "It's never been done before in the history of the school. I think no one's even sold more than 40 or, whatever." And I said, "If you follow the 10 steps, which I'm going to be sharing with you, son, you can break the record." So we calculated over a 3-week period how much time he actually had to devote to this. Well, at the time, He had karate, he had all these other extracurricular activities. He didn't really have much time to put into this. And we calculated that he had 3 weeks, and only 2 days a week would he actually be able to sell the magazines. And he only was able to do it for only 2 hours each day. So if you look at it, maybe 4 hours total in a week, 3 weeks, he only had 12 hours. And not a whole bunch of time because of his very busy schedule. And I said, do you want to do it? He says, I want to do it. I said, are you committed to do it? He says, I'm committed to do it. I said, pay attention, because you're going to learn the 10 steps. And you're going to learn the 10 steps throughout this program as well. And I said to him, I said, do you want to do it the easy way, or you want to do it the hard way? Because if you want to do it the hard way, if you want to be confronted with people saying no to you because you don't really know how to greet them, meet them, connect to them, how to build a rapport, how to inspire them, how to get them juiced up and excited about getting the magazine subscriptions, then you're going to do it the hard way and you're going to get no's and you're probably not going to succeed. But if you follow what I'm going to share with you, the 10 steps, which I will share with you as well throughout the course of this program, you'll find out that it is actually very easy. See, success, when done correctly, can actually become a very natural, graceful, and easy process. So let me ask you this question. Are you willing to do the easy way? Follow the steps that I share with you. Time-tested ways that have been around and perfected over, honestly, probably thousands of years. Even though N.L.P itself has been around for 30 years, it really has been modeling the success of people throughout history. You want to do it the easy way? Awesome. Well, stay tuned for the next video, and let's start to learn and harness these great principles, skills, and strategies. See you in the next video.